How's it going? I hope you're staying busy. I'm busy as usual. I'm so busy, and I'm just gonna keep saying I'm busy until I think of something to say to fill the gap between I'm busy and I'm actually gonna talk about something, and stop acting like I'm busy and actually be busy talking about something that has context. None of these stupid videos ever have context. I still can't find any NHA toothpaste. I miss those bar style videos, even though this is basically a bar video. It's just a different title. The thing I like about the title called Being Busy is that it reminds me of the bar title just because it has the word being in it. Being an idiot, being stupid, being busy. You get the point. Being busy. It would make more sense to call these titles Being Stupid. That's all I'm doing in most of these videos is being stupid. Like, what am I even really busy with? This whole channel was a joke. It was just a mockery of a old friend of mine. This whole channel idea wasn't even my idea. It was the idea of the stupid Swedish meatball, and I think he died or something. Because he's depressed, and he deleted me for no reason. He was the one that told me to make this channel. So I did. I think he got tired of talking like he has Down syndrome or something, even though I kept saying, let's talk normal. And then he deleted me because I guess he got sick of talking like he's autistic. Or maybe he just got sick of life and pulled a sea of folks on life. I don't know. Nobody communicates anymore. That's the reason why I don't like online stuff. What do you know? Here's the context behind this stupid busy video. The fact that everything is online and everything is fake online. There's no communication online. It's so annoying. I miss the good old days when I was a little kid, back when the internet was just first starting to take off, but there was basically no internet back then, so we would hang out in person. And if I'm a boomer for saying that, then screw you, okay? I'm a boomer then. I don't give a shit. I'd rather be a boomer. If that makes me a boomer, then I'm a boomer. I would rather be a boomer. It just reminds me of the boomer from Left 4 Dead. But if that makes me a boomer, then I actually like being a boomer. I would rather be a boomer, because if being a boomer means that you were from the days back before everything sucked, back when things were simple and people were more real and fun and pleasant, people were sociable, we would hang out in person, people would communicate. When people would have a problem with you, they would say something. You can't block someone in their face. You can't block people in real life. I'm right here. You're gonna say something. If there's a problem, you're gonna say something. You can't ignore me when I'm right up in your fucking face. And that's what I'm used to. When I was growing up, that's what I was used to. I was used to communicating. Whether we talk it out or we start fucking throwing punches at each other, I don't care. That's what I'm used to. I'm not used to this, oh, someone doesn't like you, or someone has a problem with you, or you said something that that person didn't want to hear. So they just ignore you, or they block you, or they delete you with no explanation. So it's you're just sitting here wondering, why the hell did this person block you? There's no context behind it. When I was a little kid, I didn't deal with any of that bullshit. When someone had a problem with you, they told you. People had balls back then. There was no stupid internet. The internet is making everyone so soft and fake and snobby. Everyone is just so rude. There's no communication at all. Friendship feels fake. Everything feels fake. Everything's on the damn internet. I hate it. I don't like social media. The only reason I use YouTube is because I like making stupid videos and I like watching videos. That's it. YouTube is the only social media that I ever use for that reason, because I'm obsessed with making stupid videos. What happened to everyone? I already know the answer to that. Technology happened. Albert Einstein said something warning us about the dangers of technology, because people give in to temptation way too easily. we are easily influenced. So now that everything is on our phones, especially, like at least back like years ago before phones took over and it was computers, back when computers were a thing, Windows 11 was announced, by the way. It looks pretty sexy. Especially the fact that we're actually going to be able to run Android apps on Windows. We can, like, that blows my mind. I didn't think, that was a real shocker. Like, I'm still speechless thinking about it. The fact that you can run Android apps on Windows now. And I know that Windows isn't fully finished yet. We're not going to see Windows until the end of the year. But still, I'm wondering how this is going to work. How are they going to make this a seamless transition to be able to run Android apps on Windows? Like, is it just going to be kind of like how it runs on Android tablets, where if you want to sideload an Android app on Windows, you just open the app like an exe file and just install it, and it's the same thing as doing it on your phone, and then it just kind of rescales itself. Or maybe you'll see like a rectangle shape because it's meant to be for a phone, or if it's optimized for a tablet, then it'll fill the whole screen, or it'll be like a normal window. It'll be one or the other. Like if it's optimized for tablets or large screens, then it will. If it's just for the phone, or maybe it'd be a lot quicker and easier to just have a transition where you can just run any Android app, and if it's optimized for a normal screen like a tablet or a monitor, then it'll just readjust the orientation accordingly. Or if that app only was designed for a phone, then you would just see a tall rectangle pop up instead. So it would just look kind of weird, but it would still be functional. And then just use your mouse and keyboard to control everything. Like, it doesn't really seem that complicated, but it probably is, because when you start going under the hood with stuff and trying to actually make it work on a different operating system with different inputs, it starts getting really complicated. That's why, I mean, they have plenty of time to work on it and figure out, like, are they going to have a seamless transition where you can basically run any Android app that's already out there? You just install it and run it on PC, and it'll just run in whatever aspect, like whatever orientation that it's able to run in, it'll just open itself in whatever works. Or are they only going to allow future Android applications that are actually optimized for Windows PC? And then it's like, if it's something like that, then that would take forever for all the apps to start like being updated and optimized specifically for Windows. So then in that case, it's like, what is the difference between that and just using the Windows Store and downloading the apps from the Windows Store? It just wouldn't make any sense. That's why I feel like they're going to make it to where you can run any Android application, whether it's from the Windows Store or downloading it from a random third-party site and installing it manually. I feel like it's like, you just make the most sense to where they can just make it a universal thing where you can just do it like you do on your phone. Download an Android app and just install it, and it'll just work, or it won't work, whatever. They gotta keep it simple, otherwise it's pointless. Like I said, you're better off just sticking to the Windows Store for those kind of apps. I never use the Windows Store anyway, because I never need any of those stupid apps. It just seems kind of stupid having, like, treating Windows on a PC like a tablet or a phone. Having a Windows Store like the App Store or the Google Play Store, it just doesn't make sense to have something like that on a desktop computer. Because I'm still gonna download all my stuff, the same stuff, from all the websites that I download stuff from. But nonetheless, I digress. Still, like, in this day and age with everyone being so fake, because like when you have the whole internet and everything on your phone, like you have access to all this crap on your phone, people are so disposable. That's why friendships are fake, dating is fake. Like, that's why I haven't bothered with even trying to find a girlfriend in like 2 or 3 years already, because having like a serious relationship with like feelings and all that is next to impossible in this day and age, when we have our phones, like everything's on your phone. So there's just dating apps galore. So whenever you're dating someone and they get sick of you, they'll just go on their phone and download like a dozen dating apps and start swiping on everything that pops up and go run off with the next person that they meet off it. You know how often that happens? It's pathetic. Smartphones have made people like not loyal at all. And people are just so disposable. Like, it's like as soon as someone gets sick of you, they just block you. No explanation whatsoever. Like, they'll just ignore you, they'll never talk to you, whatever. I hate the way everything is nowadays. I miss the good old days back when, like, if you had a friend or a girlfriend, it felt real. And if that person didn't want to be part of your life anymore, they would have the decency, the respect to say something instead of just deleting you or blocking you, or they just stop talking to you for no reason. Like, they don't owe you the time of day. Like, phones have made people so stuck up that, like, they don't owe you the time of day. Like, they can't take 2 seconds of their time to just say, I don't want to talk to you anymore for whatever reason, and then just end it at that. No, like, they're not even going to do that. You just never hear from them again. There's no context behind it. They're just gone. And it wasn't like that back when I was a little kid, because there wasn't internet. We didn't have everything on our phones. Like, I remember when the iPhone first came out, back when smartphones were still like a new thing. Smartphones and touchscreens and everything was starting to be on your phone. It was so exciting because I loved the touchscreen, and I, like, still to this day, like, ever since I got my first smartphone, all the way to this day, I never really cared about having a smartphone for the phone. Like, if I just wanted a smartphone purely for texting and calling people, I would still have my iPhone 3G from like back in 2008 or 2009. I think I got it in like 2008. I don't remember, but I would still have that, even though that iPhone is obsolete, I think. I wouldn't even be able to activate service on that. I don't remember. Maybe. But the whole point is, I wouldn't get every new phone that comes out all the time if I was just using it for the phone. I wouldn't be spending $1,000 or more on a phone just to make a phone call or to send a text. You can do that with a $50 phone. That's why I'm saying I would still have the same smartphone that I had like 5 or 6 years ago, like the iPhone 5S, for example. I think I got that back in like 2014, somewhere around there. I'd still have that phone to this day, and that would be my only phone. But no, the only reason I continue to get the latest iPhone, like I have an iPhone and an Android phone, and the only reason why I like to get new ones like either every year or maybe every other year. Right now I'm waiting until they get rid of the damn notch on the iPhone and the hole punch on Android phones. I'm waiting until a new version of these phones come out that have no cutouts on the screen at all. So that's probably not going to happen for at least another 1 or 2 years. So that's because normally I was always getting the latest and greatest phones. I was always getting the latest iPhone, and I started doing the same with Android. I was getting the latest and greatest Android phone, and I was planning on doing that as well because I don't care about the money. Like, if I have the money, I'm going to do it. I want to have the latest and greatest thing. But at this point, smartphones they're at such a standstill. Like, they've become so stagnant with like new stuff and what they can do. It's the same damn thing. They're just a little bit faster. The cameras are a little bit better. It's just the same thing. So that's why, since I really have no complaints, there's nothing that I really want changed or improved on these things. They're good enough, and they're going to be good enough for years. There's no point in getting a new one. So at this point, like, normally, yeah, I would want to get a new one just because it's exciting to have something faster and have something that has a better camera, something that has maybe 1 or 2 new exclusive features. That's usually the whole point of getting a new phone. But I don't care about improving anything on these phones anymore. I'm already more than satisfied with everything. The only thing that I want changed is the stupid notches, the cutouts on the top of the screen. I want them to get rid of it so it's all screen. There's no cutouts at all. And since that's the only thing that I really care to have changed, and they're not going to change that for another 1 or 2 years at least, then why would I get a new phone? Why would I waste all that money on a new phone when I don't even want it? Like, if I wanted the new phone, then sure. But when the iPhone 13 comes out in like 3 months, damn, it feels like just yesterday I got this stupid thing. Give me a break. But whenever the iPhone 13 is going to be out soon, it's still going to have a notch. It's going to be a little bit smaller, but it's still going to have a damn notch. I'm not getting another iPhone until they get rid of the notch, and I'm not getting the iPhone SE either. Having gigantic bezels on the top and bottom is not what I'm talking about. That's not the substitute I'm talking about for getting rid of the notch. That's like totally reversing it. It's putting a huge bezel on the top and bottom. I want an all-screen phone. I don't want any bezels. I don't want any cutouts. I don't want any of that crap. And I skipped the new Android phone because it was a total downgrade. When the Galaxy S21 came out, it was tempting to get it. But then it's like, I'm going to continue this video in a new clip, so stay tuned and go look for that.